impacto, Adriana?
Chimamanda, voltando ao seu interesse pelo Brasil, na última vez que a gente conversou, você me disse que você veio para o Brasil em 2008 e que você se sentiu como se estivesse na Nigéria, com estradas melhores, mas que ficou muito impressionada porque as pessoas pareciam muito relutantes em reconhecer que havia um problema de racismo no Brasil. Você conversava com as pessoas diziam que aqui todo mundo era uma mistura de alguma coisa, mas você achou que isso não era verdade. Eu queria que você, como uma mulher africana que mora entre a Nigéria e os Estados Unidos há mais de 20 anos, tem muita experiência e contato com a diáspora, me falasse, contasse para a gente por que você teve essa percepção e qual foi a experiência que você teve no Brasil que te levou a chegar a essa conclusão?
I think a number of things. I mean, the first thing really was I just kept asking, well, where are the Black people? I wanted to see, I know that Brazil has a large number of Black people, and I wanted to see the Black people in Brazil, As a Black woman, whenever I go to a country that I know has a Black population, I'm interested. I want to see, what I like to call my people. I want to see people who look like me. But what I realized is that, and I should say that I came to Brazil for a literary festival, and the literary festival was lovely, and my hosts were really wonderful. But I couldn't help but notice that there weren't many Black Brazilians present. They just were not present. And we would go to a nice restaurant, and I would look around and I just wouldn't see any Black Brazilians. And I also realized that asking questions about that made people uncomfortable. People didn't seem to want to acknowledge that it was a problem. And I think that if you have a country that has a sizable Black population, and that Black population is not represented in any way, especially the higher you go, then it's a problem. It's a problem. It says something about that society. Because I think that ability does not recognize race. Black people, white people, Asian people, all kinds of people are likely to be intelligent, if that makes sense, are likely to be hardworking, So if you have a country where a certain group of people don't have the same opportunities as the other groups, then it's not the fault of the members of that group. It's the fault of a society that has excluded them. And I was also surprised and curious that it seemed to me that there was a kind of, Brazilians would say, oh, we're all the same, we're all mixed up. But I also noticed that the beauty standards in Brazil were not at all even remotely African or Black. So I like to look at commercials when I go to countries. I like to look at who's being used to advertise products. Because I think that says a lot about what the beauty ideals are in that country. And I don't remember seeing one single Black, especially dark-skinned, I should say, because when we talk about race, I think we also should, be very honest and open and talk about how much anti-Black racism is about a race, but it's also about color. So that the darker one is within a race, the more likely one is to encounter prejudice.